Good evening and thank you for joining us. It's being recommended that City Council endorse the new Parking Authority financial plan. That's up for debate at tomorrow's meeting and comes after some significant community pushback. The plan proposes increases to metered parking rates and would implement paid parking at certain areas of the marina. There was a public survey released to gauge community thoughts on the proposed plan. It found about 71% of respondents didn't want to pay more for parking, though 72% said they wouldn't be willing to pay more taxes to subsidize parking. Expanding paid parking into weekends and evenings also received pushback in the survey. The Lake Superior Scottish Regiment is under new leadership. After 4 years of being under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Mark Singleton, the unit welcomed in its new commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Davis, with a change of command ceremony yesterday. Jessica Ment has the details.
It's a new chapter for the Lake Superior Scottish Regiment as it welcomed in its new commanding officer on Saturday. A change of command parade was held at O'Kelly Armory, which honored the leadership of its now former commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Singleton, and welcomed in Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Davis. Honorary Colonel Michel Beaulieu says the ceremony is a tradition that goes back hundreds of years.
Change of command signify a number of things. In particular, they signify the change of authority, change of power, change of the commanding officer, but they're much more than that. As you saw as part of the events, there was the changing of the colors. Colors represent our tradition, they represent our past, but they also represent the dedication as well as what the incoming commanding officer is committing to members of the regiment.
Due to the pandemic, Singleton was unable to receive a proper change of command parade when he took control of the regiment in 2020, so it was important for officers to honor him with a full parade as he handed over the reins to Davis. Beaulieu says the tradition of the parade was not only important for the officers it honors, but for all members of the regiment.
We have individuals who come from many, many different walks of life, have many different backgrounds and experiences, and what links us all together, in some cases over decades, is that sense of family, is that sense of tradition, but it's also the ability to participate in events like we had today. So when COVID-19 occurred in the pandemic, the change of command was very much an important element of what occurred. It's not just a requirement, but there was something missing.
Fire the lift! Quick! March!
Jessica Clement, TBT News.
Nearly 35 years after the Air Ontario plane crash near Dryden, work is underway to commemorate the devastating loss of life with a new memorial. The Dryden and District Museum recently received $20,000 in donations towards the project.
It was a traumatic incident, right? So it causes a lot of pain. But I think it's a moment in our city's history that we need to reflect on and recognize some positive points as well. Our city came together quite rapidly to help as many people as possible that day.
Air Ontario Flight 1363 went down in March of 1989. The tragic crash killed 24 of the 69 people on board. Ice and snow on the wings caused the plane to go down less than a minute after takeoff. The disaster resulted in significant changes to Canadian aviation regulations, particularly de-icing protocols. There's already a memorial plaque attached to a large boulder in the forest near the crash site, but museum officials want to create a new, accessible monument right in the city of Dryden.
So we want a new monument to recognize the incident itself, those who are impacted, including the survivors, and those who put in any effort that day, and allow people to contemplate and reflect on the incident itself too.
The impetus for the new monument came from Garth Twitchell, a retired aviator from Southern Ontario. After visiting the memorial site in 2020, Twitchell approached then-Mayor Greg Wilson about creating a more substantial and easier to access monument that would also recognize the major impact of the crash on Canadian aviation. Twitchell made a $10,000 donation to the project, which was then matched by Wilson and his wife, Debbie. High school students from across the region got an opportunity to dig a little more into the mining industry. The Mine Opportunity Challenge was held at Confederation College this week, giving students the chance to learn what really rocks about mining. It was an exciting experience for high school students from across northwestern Ontario to understand more about the sector expected to explode in the region. The Mine Opportunity Challenge brought more than 100 students to Confederation College for a hands-on chance to explore careers in the mining and automotive industries. The students were able to do so through a number of games and activities set up throughout the college.
So unfortunately, the mining industry typically has a bad rap.
Program coordinator of the Goodman School of Mines at Laurentian University, Nicole Tardif, says the industry is becoming more and more important in the region, and the event can help eliminate some of the negative perceptions about mining.
Very diverse. There's a lot of intercultural variety. It's a lot safer than it used to be. So a lot of those myths need to be busted, and this is a way to start, educating students about the reality of the mining industry. The other advantage of having a career in mining is that a lot of times it's well-paying job with benefits and pensions.
It's the first time the event was brought to Thunder Bay, though Laurentian University has organized the challenge for Sudbury High School students for the past 15 years.
It's a really engaging opportunity because it's game-based.
Confederation College President Kathleen Lynch says she hopes the challenge can continue for years to come, as it helps high school students consider the college as the next step in their education.
Bringing high school students here to see all of the different programming opportunities we have, whether they go directly into the trades, through a trade sponsorship and come and do their trades education here, or whether they come into post-secondary and take a post-secondary program like heavy-duty mechanic that's in high demand in the mines. It doesn't matter, they have different pathways, and we support a variety of pathways here.
Another Thunder Bay family has been chosen to compete on Family Feud Canada. The Vereshchak family appeared on a taping of the popular game show in September, and their episode will air on CBC tomorrow night at 7:30. The family is made up of sisters Nancy Murray and Michelle Peasy, Michelle's daughter Brittany Parnell, and their male cousin Sean and Andrew Vereshchak. Michelle says they got some advice on how to handle being on the show from their friends and former Thunder Bay contestants, the Pressingers and the Bevel Aquas. And though they can't reveal how they did yet, the family members say they were all very excited to be chosen for the show.
Oh my God, it was so exciting because we did the whole, I made a video and I submitted it. And when we actually got the call that we made it, we were so excited, so pumped.
Well, it was so fun being on the show and to also get away as a family on a trip that normally us cousins don't get that time to spend with each other. So it was really great to have that opportunity to make some great memories, be on a TV show, and actually see how a TV show is actually run from behind the scenes.
Why do you think they picked your family?
We're loud, little wild. It makes for good TV, and when you see it, you'll know why.
Tune in Monday at 7:30. Woo!
On CBC.
CBC Canada, Family Feud Canada.
And we'll have more on the family's game show experience after the show airs tomorrow night. Students from Ecole Grand Morgan will be able to sharpen up their baseball skills this spring after receiving a shipment of $500 worth of new equipment from the Toronto Blue Jays. The Friends Immersion School was part of a select group of schools chosen through the Jays Care Foundation. The equipment was received under two of the foundation's 4 programs, Running Girls at Bat and Indigenous Play Ball. National School Program Senior Manager Megan Sandercook says the foundation saw that equal access to sport was missing in communities across Canada. She adds that that's what the school included in the application that really struck a chord with them.
It was really neat because the school kind of let us know in their application form about what this program would do for their kids. And so it really said that they struggled to get girls to sign up for their school team, and they have lots of newcomers to Canada who are interested in learning new sports and being a part of the sports teams. And so that was, those are the transformative things that come from this program, and that's exactly what we're hoping that schools can achieve.
With plans to start training in March, the program is expected to have approximately 80 students between grades 4 and 8 signed up. We're now joined by sports anchor Josh Morano. Josh, that got me a little excited for baseball season, but right now we're still in the midst of hockey season.
Yeah, you know, we're ramping up towards baseball season. It's coming up, it's on the horizon, and the North Stars seem to be practicing their baseball skills yesterday during their game. We'll have that story coming up for you after the break.